Ahoy, everyone! This is David Eugene Perry, and well, I'm just verklempt because I am in the Zoom room with two of the biggest stars, and I am a huge fan of both of them. Please welcome to the show Peggy Lee and Liberace. Welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Well,
Mwah.
It's so nice to see you.
well, where have you been during COVID? I understand you're going to grace us with your presence in Palm Springs at Michael Holmes Purple Room very soon.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we had started a world tour, David, that kind of sort of went off the rails, as you can well imagine. So I've been pretty much holed up here at the home for quite a while, and Liberace's been out doing his thing. He's doing virtual things and live things, and I've pretty much been a homebody. Tell him, David. Tell him, Lee.
Who's that? Oh, yes, yes. Well, you know, when a person reaches a certain point in life, right, you have to be very careful when you're out and about, right, Peg?
Yes.
You're very comfortable. Where are you staying now?
I'm at the Hollywood Home for the Chronically Bewildered.
Is there a treatment for that, Peggy, or is it just chronic and you take something for it?
Well, Judge Maria Goretti of the California Family Court thought there might be, but I think they just wanted to lock me up and have at my money and my costumes and all that kind of stuff. They tried to make it sound like a little off, like I'm on the flight deck, you know what I'm saying? Or the cheese slid off the cracker, but it's all good.
It's so not true either. She's really got it together. Never trust children.
Yeah,
Never.
well, Lee,
Don't trust them.
yeah, and don't have them on stage with you, or no pets on stage either.
Exactly. Well, I've been doing the virtuality thing through this pan-fried-demic, and of course, I do enjoy to eat, and my buttons have started socially distancing on my costume, so I got to get back out there in the Palm Springs sun and put on my Speedo and get back in shape. You see?
Oh well, we will let everyone know that Liberace is going to be here with the Speedo on. That will generate
Yes,
press.
clear out the town. Goodbye, everybody.
So listen, for people who, I can't know, I don't know of anyone, would want to know of anyone that doesn't know about Liberace and Peggy Lee. But tell us how the two of you met and how you put together this wonderful show called Lee Squared, and give us a little preview of what we're going to see here in a week at the iconic Purple Room in Palm Springs.
Oh,
Lee, do you want to take it?
Well, we worked together. We never actually performed together. But Peggy, you were hosting a radio program. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do. Yes,
That was back in the early 50s, and you were hosting a radio program. And one time I actually sat in for you as a host. And of course, I think my manager tried to hook us up for publicity things. He thought maybe you might look like the right girl for me, right?
And then there were the Vegas years. Remember, you were at what was the hotel you were at?
Well, I was at all of them, of course, but the Flamingo, the Las Vegas Hilton became mine.
And I was at the Sahara, and we would kind of meet up and jam in the off hours, David Perry, and jam. Well, because that's what we musicians do. So, and we kind of just met up that way, and we kind of formulated stuff, and well, I guess that's what we have now.
Worked out, yeah. It worked out. We needed work. Basically.
Well, yeah, I remember once working with the great Charles Pierce, who I'm sure you are familiar with, and he always used to say before his show, I'm on a tour de force. I'm being forced to tour. So this tour, Lee Squared, coming out of COVID, what can we expect? Is it music? Is it mirth? Is it? Give me a little snapshot, maybe a tune or two.
Sure. Well, originally we did plan our world tour, and everything got off to a great start. In fact, we opened our world tour in Vegas, and then from there we had gone to London and Paris, and we had just started our Asian segment of the cruise when that crazy, that came around.
Corona, yeah.
Right. We were on the China Empress, and we were the lead act. We were the headliners for that specific Yangtze River cruise. And well, then, as they say, it hit the fan. But we've got so much to share. And there was a lot that we had gotten done before we were forced into quarantine. And now we're going to bring it bringing that cruise show and that world tour to the people of Palm Springs.
So Lee, you're coming out in Palm Springs.
Oh, well, I suppose you could say that. Yes, indeed.
We urge everyone to come out of COVID. Come out.
As Peggy always says, and no one knew. I don't know. It was a different time for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee, tell me, I started playing piano when I was 5 years old because my grandmother would see you on TV, and boy, she just loved you. And, what can I say? You were a huge inspiration to me. I paid for college by playing piano and singing in a nightclub, but I could never, ever get close to your talent. What is your favorite song to play and your favorite venue?
Oh, well, of course, my favorite song to play is T for Two. I love T for Two, and I play it quite well, thank you, even with all these rings on. And of course, my favorite venue is the Purple Room in Palm Springs, California. That is my.
You are a trained entertainer, Mr. Liberace.
Oh, like a seal. Throw me a fish.
Just give you a line. So, Peggy, of all the many highlights in your career, what do you think has been the greatest?
Oh my goodness. Well, if I were to name one thing, David, I would have to say it was quite a while back when I had a personal audience, one-on-one, with His Holiness the Dalai Lama. That was really, yes, little old me from Cooter Slam, North Dakota, hanging with the fancy people. It was, to this day, well, I still talk about it, and I will share that story with the people of Palm Beach when we get there. So,
listen, I've heard that you have two very close friends, a guy named David and a guy named Chuck. Tell us a little bit about them. They sound like very interesting guys, and I understand they're huge fans of yours.
Oh, well, Lee, tell them about your friend David.
Oh, well, I have to say he's a good kid. He's a good kid. He practiced the piano very hard, and I found out that he really actually was never a fan of me till just a few years ago, and now he is very, very, very. I think it was the shiny stuff. It was the that kind of attracted him. But he was very good friends with Chuck back in the early 2000s, was it, or even before then? Where did they meet? Where did they meet?
I think they met. It would have been, I believe they met at an off-Broadway show where young David was the musical director, and young Chuck was fresh off the bus from Florida, just looking for a job. I remember. Yes, he was telling me that a while ago, that's how they met, and from there it just blossomed. From what I
understand that young Chuck was performing the role of Judy Garland in an off-Broadway show. Is that? Do I remember that correctly?
You may have the facts down better than I do. You know my memory, David.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Well, I understand that actually you may be seeing Miss Judy Garland. Judy Garland, the Judy Show, ! Is a big part of life here in the Purple Room. I mean, this reopening after COVID of the Purple Room, where the Rat Pack started, is going to be just full of stars this upcoming weekend. I mean, Miss Peggy Lee, Liberace, Judy Garland. I understand even Betty Davis may cross over for a little bit. I mean, it's just going to be more stars than a constellation.
I have not seen Betty in years. My God. How's she doing? I can't wait to see her. Oh, and Judy. Who doesn't love Judy? I haven't
seen all friends of Dorothy.
Yeah, we're all friends of Dorothy on this Zoom. Listen, in our last few minutes, talk to me a little bit about the format of the show. I mean, I know this is your third time coming to the Purple Room here in Palm Springs, and Michael Holmes and all of us are just really, really excited. But this is your post-COVID premiere. We don't want to spoil anything for people, but what can people expect?
Hey, why don't you take that?
Oh, well, I think that what we're in desperate need of, David, is a little laughter, a little levity, lots of fun music. And my God, we just need to be with other people and share our love, share our talent, share our appreciation. And certainly the gentleman who runs the club, Mr. Michael Holmes, He is far and away one of the sweetest gentlemen that Lee and I have ever met and worked with. And for that, and for the people of Palm Beach, we cannot wait to be there. And just, I don't want to give away what's happening in the show. I told a little bit earlier, but really it's just about sharing the love and the happiness and the laughter. 'Cause really, that's what Lee and I live for.
Lee, I'll give you the last word. We're so looking forward to having you both here in Palm Springs.
Oh, we cannot wait. And I do promise. I know she thinks she's going to Palm Beach, but I bought her plane tickets.
Oh.
So she will end up in California, Peg, California.
What I say?
Palm Beach. See, you know, hey, when a girl, you know, you look gorgeous though, Peg. You got it all together. You got it all together.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you get to be 25, the memory fades a little bit, and you're almost there. So don't worry.
I can't be more excited that we're going to be with the wonderful people of Palm Springs and at the beautiful Purple Room. And we really, really appreciate Michael Holmes and giving two old legends a shot at, you know, back on the stage in front of people again. And we just love it there.
Well, we're looking so forward to it. I tell you, it's been my great honor to speak with the wonderful Peggy Lee. I listen to your music all the time. When my husband Alfredo cooks, I always play Is That All There Is. It's one of my favorite songs. And Lee is someone who tickled the ivories. I just want to say it's a great pleasure. So
we have to play a duet sometime.
I will. I'll take the easy part. You take the left hand. All right, well, this is David Eugene Perry speaking with the one and only Peggy Lee and the one and only Liberace. Come to see their show, Lee Squared, at the Purple Room. Ahoy.
Ahoy, David. Ahoy.